Taiheiyogan Craft Beer Travels. I'm Andrew from Taiheiyogan, and we are here at the ABC American Craft Beer Experience, ACBE. There's too many letters and
I know,
and
too many beers to keep up with it.
Yeah, and we're being joined with first time in Japan,
yes,
Virginia Beer Company.
It's great to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kampai.
You can hear the crowd in the back a little bit cheering too.
A lot of fans of craft beer here. I appreciate that. That's why we're here.
Yeah. So, for the Japanese crowd or people around the world who don't know much about Virginia beer,
absolutely,
tell us a little bit about the brewery.
Yeah, so we're a 3.5-year-old brewery out of Williamsburg, Virginia, which is close to the east coast of the state of Virginia, which is on the east coast of the United States of America. My business partner and I met at university there, which is why we opened the brewery there. Great staff, great brewmaster, came from Sweetwater Brewing in Atlanta. We're now joined by a wonderful team of folks, both locals and folks who joined us after we opened. One of the things that we focus on, the mantra is beer, people, purpose. And the idea is that we opened a business to get involved in our community, to give back to not just the college where we met, but also the community around us in which we live, brew, and play. And so we said, well, why limit that just to Williamsburg? Even though we're a small business, we can do a lot of good in the world. And so it's sharing high quality, well-brewed beers. It's sharing our beer positive mantra and our outlook on life. And it's hoping to encourage people to do the same, to share beers and cheers, to get involved over good ideas and good recipes. And at the end of the day, beer should be fun and it should be a positive contribution to the community.
So, what's your general kind of beer lineup? Like, what's your standard beers?
Yeah,
usually?
Absolutely. So we were, I think, a little aggressive when we first opened. When we sat down, Chris, myself, and our brewmaster to talk about how we wanted to launch the brewery. We launched with 4 year-round beers, and I think that was pretty aggressive considering what the day we launched was our first day of being open, and we were calling 4 of those beers year-round beers. And luckily, they have lasted the test of time, and so we try to offer a little something for everybody. We're proud of every beer we brew. We've got 4 year-rounds, and then a bunch of small batch, rotating beers, seasonals, etc. But our flagship lineup includes our bestseller, which is called Freeverse. It's a blend of an East Coast and a West Coast style IPA, so 3 pounds per barrel dry hop with Azaka hops, which are really tropical and give off a grapefruit note. And then Chinook, which is more of that traditional West Coast pininess, really smooth, flavorful for a 6.8% beer, and just a great way to experience all that an India Pale Ale can offer. My favorite beer that we offer, which we're pouring here today at ACBE, is called Elbow Patches. It's an oatmeal stout, which I call a breakfast beer. Ton of flaked oats, really smooth and creamy, dark and roasty. The flaked oats give it kind of a nice touch, but it's a really easy drinking dark beer. And a lot of people see dark beer and think that's going to be heavy, it's going to fill me up. And this beer really doesn't. It's a great sipping beer, but you'll have plenty of room for whatever your next meal or beverage is going to be. We've got a really crisp, light wheat beer called Saving Daylight. It's low alcohol, it's sessionable, and it's got just a touch of dried grapefruit and dried orange peel. And the idea with that beer is it's that beer that you drink when you just want the day to go a little longer. One more beer, and it's gonna make you feel like you just had the best day of your life. And then our most recent edition, we actually just changed the fourth in our lineup. 3.5 years in, we wanted to spice things up a little bit. So it's called Liquid Escape, and it's actually low alcohol, low carb, low calorie. It's kind of a lifestyle beer. And it's a blend of 2 beers, a sour beer and a non-sour beer. And the idea is when they're blended together, it creates a very lightly tart, refreshing ale. And we add Australian sea salt and lemongrass. So it really is, it's almost palate cleansing. You drink that beer, you get a hint of tartness, you get just that pleasing lemongrass flavor, and then it's gone. And so it's complimentary. You can take it hiking with you, you can cook with it, you can eat with it, you can read with it. It's just a great companion beer. So we've got everything from light to dark. We've got hoppy in the middle, but that kind of defines us as a core. And then we've got from there, the barrel-aged beers, the beers brewed with fermented with Brettanomyces, the wine barrel-aged beers, sours. So we've got a full lineup of all ends of the brewing spectrum, and that's our pitch to come see us in Williamsburg, Virginia, because you can find most of those beer, in Williamsburg.
So, personal favorite style?
My personal favorite style, I definitely am a big fan of the higher gravity beers, and that is the complete opposite of my business partner. He loves he's from the States, but he grew up in part in Canada and the UK, and so he loves traditional English style beers. So we always have some sort of mild ale or extra special bitter on at the brewery.
Nice.
So he loves the sessionable stuff. I am the opposite. I love big boozy beers. Give me double-digit ABV, and I like to sip them obviously within a reasonable level of responsibility. But Barley
crush
wine.
'em?
Barley wine. I love a good barley wine. English style barley wine, American style barley wine, preferably a barrel aged barley wine, but that thick, malty caramel flavor, something that kind of warms your bones in the colder months. I think it's an underrepresented style. I think a lot of times double-digit alcohol beers can get a bad rap, but if you're drinking them in moderation, if you're enjoying them for what they are, if you're appreciating how they were brewed, you can really get a lot out of the malty side of life, even though the hoppier side of life tends to be more popular these days.
True enough.
Yeah.
Last question.
Please.
I know you've been in Japan for a short time so far, but what's your favorite thing about Japan?
How hospitable everyone is. It's been incredible to be welcomed here, not only by our importer, Cardinal Trading, who we're just starting a relationship with. They made us feel welcome from day one. But getting here, I mean, all of the craft beer bars we've been to, Beer Mahakanda yesterday for our official launch in Tokyo, everyone here at the American Craft Beer Experience, all the fans that we've spoken to, it's just incredible how polite it is, and it goes back to this whole beers and cheers concept, beer people purpose concept that we started this business for. It should be a positive experience, and everyone here in Japan so far has embodied that positivity. So I'm glad we're here, and I hope we'll be here for many years to come.
Everyone's happy to see you, so kampai.
Cheers.
See you next year.
Look forward to it.